What's up, guys? I'm Pawl Rosewater, and you are watching the one and only Kilson Street. Today, hailing all the way from Long Beach, California, is a little band called Bundy.
This is a cold and
Hell yeah. Now that's what I call music. Bundy, everybody. We'll be right back after this quick break. And now we're here with Bundy. And as always, we're going to start with names and favorite vegetable.
Hi, I'm Nani. I like carrots.
I'm Johnny. I love potatoes.
JB, I like Brussels sprouts.
I'm Mike. I like tomatoes, although they're, not really a vegetable, but I like the confusion there.
It's a fruit.
It's a fruit.
I know, but some people get confused.
Ketchup is a smoothie.
That's fair.
Ketchup is a vegetable, right?
No, tomato's a vegetable. Or no, tomato's a fruit.
Well, what about
Therefore,
sugar?
ketchup
But I
is a
thought
smoothie.
Congress said it was a vegetable.
What about sugar cane then? because you need
Pluto's
sugar
a
for
planet,
ketchup.
too.
Technically, yeah.
I think that's a.
well, actually, high fructose corn syrup is technically a vegetable, right? Or is it a legume?
D, all of the above.
Yeah.
Coke Zero is my choice. Then, if we're gonna go down that path,
Fair. All right, so number of good reviews about Bundy, including OC Weekly's Best Band 2017 represent. How did Bundy come about? Where'd you meet? Give me some details.
I started this band maybe like 2 or 3 years ago or something like that, and we actually had different members at the time. And as the band progressed, you know, people come and go. They have their lives about them and all that. And so ended up meeting Johnny first, and he's been in the, is an integral part of the band. And then we started adding on, and we got JB over here on the bass, and then we got Mike on the drums, and that's the short of it.
Awesome. So it's a full band, but is there just one collective, or is it a collective, or is it one musician like yourself kind of producing everything, creating everything?
I like to say that I can't write a song by myself to save my life. Like if someone had me at gunpoint and said write a fucking hit, I couldn't do it myself. But I can come up with like the basis or like the feeling for a song, and then I kind of run it through the band filter. And then they add a lot to it, and that's how we kind of do it.
I'm more creative when something's already there, then I can add on to it as kind of like improving it. But if I had to like pull something out of my own ass, I'd draw a blank normally.
Sweet. So JB?
Just add to what's there, basically.
Yeah.
I can't write shit to my life.
None of us can write anything.
Yeah.
But when we're together, we can write some stuff.
So it's totally, better than the sum of the parts as a whole. It's a unit.
We're a bunch of cogs.
Nice. Awesome. So who produces, who mixes, who masters? Everything by yourself, or?
For the most part, we record our music on our own. We've had a few friends, like our last 2 EPs before our main album was a friend called, his name is Louis Renteria, and he's actually in a band called Fellow Robot. But then after that, we decided to produce our own music because we have the space with Johnny. He's got a studio that we have in Long Beach. And so Johnny produced our last album. Any thoughts on that?
It was good. The thing is, I've had experiences where I go into a studio, you're on the clock, and the guy who's engineering or producing you has no idea what you even sound like. So that's always bothered me every time because they just assume what they think sounds good. And for me as an engineer or recording engineer, I usually go to the band show to see what they're about first before I like assume anything of them. And so when we recorded our full length, we took our time and we helped develop songs instead of just like, all right, it's good enough now, and then let's just record it, and then pretty much set it in stone. And I hate doing that because there's always gonna be times where I'm gonna go back to it and say like, I wish I could have done this different or this different, and it's just so much better, like that. If we're not really satisfied with something, maybe 2 months down the line, you could still like, oh, let's change that up. Actually, make it even better.
It's a huge luxury to be able to record yourself and not have to worry about someone else's time or someone else's vision or whatever. Like you can spend the time. You can spend like 3 hours just working on the one tone for that one part of the song, and then instead of feeling that pressure of like, oh, we're on the clock and we're paying like a couple $grand or whatever on that kind of stuff.
So harping on that, is it difficult at all maintaining a studio? My understanding is you have a studio.
I do have a
And you run
studio,
it.
and I have a real day job to keep it up. Because if I got into music to make money, I would have been out of the game over a decade ago. But I am passionate about this. I love just production. Like my favorite part is actually recording music because you are kind of setting it in stone when we're at that point. Like you can create a song, kind of dish it out a little bit. You can kind of riff a little bit when you play a live performance, but once you record it and mix it, master it, it's done, and that's what people will expect if they have heard your music. But there's some songs
unless you're Kanye West, and then you take that shit down and put it back up remastered.
Yeah,
That new album, he just kept redoing it.
Hell yeah.
After it
Regurgitate?
was out. Yeah.
And then just do the 7-track thing. Keep
yeah,
it
just
simple,
over and over.
straightforward.
Here's the Gray album or something, Just yeah.
So I want to get the rhythm section involved a little bit here. JB, tell me a little about yourself. What's your bass playing background? Who are your influences? Give it to me, man.
Well, I'm the new guy in the band.
Sweet.
So I actually haven't written much with these guys yet. So I just started in like November, December, or something like that.
But I'm sure you have a background in bass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
before.
primarily a sax player, actually.
Wow.
So I've
Is
been
it
playing
baritone?
sax,
Or you play
saxy
baritone,
boy?
tenor.
You look pretty sexy.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he has a big sax too.
It's big.
Damn.
It's baritone, baby.
But yeah, I've been playing sax for 20 years ish. Playing bass on and off for the last 10 years. Most of my bass playing has been in reggae bands. So it's a totally different kind of project for me. So that's why it's been a lot of fun.
Nice change up.
Yeah.
He's all about the jaw though.
Hell yeah. Is there plans to add sax to Bundy at all?
We'll see.
Done a few songs already, so we can. In the album, we have a few songs with sax and trumpet. So to have brass section will be nice, and we've hired out other people in our music circle, but having him as an element, like I think moving forward, like he can have brass arrangements as well, and he would understand how to do that kind of stuff.
Nani's generally against it, but the three of us want it very bad. So.
Really? Yeah,
See.
sweet.
I'm
And-
the one who was. All right, we're not gonna talk about that.
Well, and so drums. You've been playing forever, or you?
Yeah, the better part of 3 decades now. I've been playing. My dad's a drummer. My son's playing drums now.
Sweet.
So keep it going. You know, I'd say I'm more of a drummer than a music lover. You know, I just like to get behind there, stay versatile. So usually at practice, Nani will come up with 6 different beats for a song, and you just have to be willing and able to sit there and go through all the ideas and be able to play it, you know, right there, just to see if he gets inspired by something. You know, so it works out.
Awesome, man. And you have a Gretsch kit, I saw?
Gretsch Catalina kit.
Sweet.
Sorry, Gretsch Catalina kit.
Oh, yeah.
Got it a few years ago once my other one got stolen. So
Whoa. Stolen. Tell us a little bit,
Yeah, well,
about that. What happened?
Out of my carport at my place, you know, I was taking in and out doing gigs like, you know, twice a week or so. One day went out there, everything gone. So I had to
Was it
go replace it
unattended, or
little by little. What?
you just left it unattended?
No, double padlocks. They just broke the wood of this whole like compartments. So
That's why you need triple padlocks, dude.
yeah, exactly. This
That
time.
one extra would have made the difference.
That's why you got to get a nice hybrid Ford F-150 with the back
The camper
cage.
on it?
Top, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Just keep it in there.
Get a solid cage so people can see but not touch, you know. But speaking of musician horror stories, I know when you're not in the studio recording, when you're not playing shows, Bundy is hosting a really cool podcast called Bundy the Podcast. Tell me a little bit about that. I know here at Kilson Street, work hard, multiple caps are worn, just doing multiple things all the time, and it seems like Bundy kind of takes that same approach. Tell me, what's going on with the Bundy Podcast?
When I first moved to Long Beach, man, I felt a lot of like force against me. Like I felt like trying to become a part of the scene. People were maybe too cool, or like they didn't take me seriously or something, and so I felt a lot of pressure to do something good. And I with our band, like I feel like we've gotten to a point where we're pretty well known in the scene, and so I decided that something that I could give back to the community and help the music scene thrive a little more would be to do a podcast, because it's really easy to do a podcast. You literally just get a couple microphones and you set it up and you get some beers, you get people loose and you interview them, you know. And so I wanted to open our studio. We have a beautiful studio, you know, and so it was really something that I thought that we could open up to the music community to help support and to give back to the people who gave to us. And I just feel like I never want any band who comes up to us or who messages me to ever feel like I'm too cool or I'm shunning them or something.
I mean, you have the hair though.
That's too cool hair. Thank you, thank you. But
Has
yeah.
it worked? Has it worked so far? Do you feel
the hair or the podcast?
Both. Has the hair made you more popular, and has the podcast
I will
created a
definitely say
connection?
before I did the blue hair, I feel like maybe it was also because we are on a band trajectory, but since I did the blue hair, it does help. Like it's a little more iconic or something. Like
you get
people
noticed a lot more often.
People remember you
You'll
more.
stick out more.
A little
Yeah,
more
yeah,
approachable.
yeah.
Oh, he's got the cool hair.
I did. That wasn't my intention. I did it because I always wanted to do it, and then I finally got to an age where I was brave enough to do it. But anyways, with the podcast, it was like I just wanted to open up our space. We're very lucky to have a great space, and to bands and help promote the scene that we're a part of.
Speaking of the scene, tell me about Long Beach. Anyone? We're Santa Ana. We're OC. We kind of unfortunately have a little bubble here. We have a cool music scene, cool art scene going
There's
on
bubbles
here. but
everywhere.
Yeah, we don't
Lo-
really explore Long Beach too much.
Long Beach
Give
is
us some,
somewhat similar in a way. It has its own bubble as well. There are like a lot of bands that are basically driven in that community, and there's different kind of genres all around, and if you go to, there's like, I would say 5 main bars that all the shows happen at least that I would go to, and we always cross paths with people that we'll see around. Sometimes we'll have good history with them, and sometimes we'll have negative histories as well. And so I feel that at times there'll be spurts of, like a couple different circles creating something new, and then after a certain point, it kind of like fizzles out or whatever, or they move on to something else.
There's always revolutions of bands coming in and out.
Yeah. But but the great thing is that because Long Beach and even like Santa Ana or any kind of city that has more like diversity, there's always opportunity for creating something new. Whereas like me and Mike, our drummer, we come from kind of a more suburby town, and to do any kind of like art is a lot harder to get even anybody to come out or see us. So I feel that at times like it's a love-hate thing, but in the end it's like I still love Long Beach.
Sweet. And on that note, who are you guys listening to right now? Is it locals? Any famous artists you're listening to? We'll start with Mike. Come down the line here.
Oh, jeez. Why don't you start with Nani over there?
We'll start with Nani. Go down the other
or
way.
JB or what?
In Long Beach, there's so many amazing bands. There's Forest of Tongue. There's Coibito. There's Slice is one of my favorite bands in town. I can't say enough good things about their latest EP. There's a bunch of really good bands. I don't know, Kid Chocolate, for example, very amazing bands. But like I said, there's always revolutions of bands, so like there's people that come and go, and the ones that stick around, those are the ones that like are, they're fucking down, right? So like Spare Parts for Broken Hearts, which you guys have had on the show before,
I've
they're an
played with them.
amazing band,
Incredible.
they've been around for so long, or Bella Novella. I could go on. There's so many amazing bands in town, in Long Beach anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And do you guys have anything to add to that? Any bands you're really feeling right now?
Well, my previous band I was in, I got to experience more of the San Pedro scene, and there's like, it's more of a punk rock scene, and there's a band that was kind of doing really well for a while. They were called Slaughterhouse,
Mhm.
and I think some drama happened.
They
on
broke
tour.
up?
Something to that effect. They're not done, but it's like
no.
those. I guess they
But
went on
they'll
tour
never play
and all
again.
that. But they were
killing it.
killing it, and they were just rocking out. And but like they were one band that I enjoyed like seeing them like kind of blossom for a while. Other bands like Fart Barf.
We all know Far Bar.
I love
Yeah,
Fart
If
Barf.
Far
not
Bar.
by name, by talent.
Right.
They're one of
But-
those bands that just, like you go see, like I can listen to their music on the internet and it's like it's cool, but then live,
It's
just
a different
Yeah,
experience.
they're a live
blown
band for
away by
sure.
them.
I-
Blown
I-
Can't
away.
look away.
I've
It's
had
great.
moments where like
Mhm.
I'm trying to get friends to like who have not heard of them before to see them, but when I say the band name, they're like, oh, just another like garage punk band. And then when they finally see them, they're like, oh, I get it.
It's an experience.
yeah.
So JB and Mike, any singles coming out? Any upcoming shows? Or how can we contact the band?
Obviously through the Instagram account. Single coming out on August 30th. We're also
Is that going to be what platforms are we going to find it on?
for Nani, what platform exactly?
Yeah, on everything. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
putting it up all over
iTunes,
the place.
Spotify,
Spotify.
Google Play, Tidal,
Yeah,
everything.
single and music video as well out there.
Sweet.
Shout out to Psychic Wave for that one.
Shout out
And Rufrano.
Rufrano.
And Rufrano,
yeah, it's
yeah.
cover.
And also, I just wanted to, before we go on, I wanted to say that we're going to be donating all the profits that we make on the Honeydew single
Mhm.
to SaveTheChildren.org.
Radical.
They're a charity
Yeah.
company. Yeah, we're gonna be trying to give back a little bit too on that.
Also
Awesome.
to Brian Frederick, who helped record this
Sax
at
effects, right?
Yeah, and we recorded this at Hybrid Studios in Santa Ana as well, and
Sweet.
it's a really sweet recording studio, much better than our
Unbelievable.
studio. But they got like Neve preamps and all that great stuff. But
It's $1 million studio. It's
yeah,
amazing, yeah.
so like out of the whole process, it was kind of just like, well, this is all for one song, and we had all this production that went into it, and it was a long process, but it was a great experience at the same
Oh,
time.
for sure.
Sweet.
That same night, though, yeah, we're playing a show at Sly Bar in Fullerton as well.
Awesome.
So
It's a great
come on
venue.
out. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, just what are the specific links we can find you? Give me the Facebooks.
We're mostly on Instagram.
Emails.
We do Bundy LBC on Instagram. Actually, Bundy LBC, you can find us on anything, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff.
Just
We
not
got-
Bundy on its own, because there's like 40,000 other pages.
There's
that are
a
dedicated to
guy, a
him.
famous guy. I can't remember what happened, but I think he might have like hurt someone or something named Bundy. I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyways,
like a
so
TV show,
Bundy
too.
LBC on everything. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Alrighty. Well, from all of us here at Kilson Street, we would like to thank Bundy for being on the show.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
The wind's got my back. You give what you get, babe, and you take what you lack. You lack, yeah.
And now Bundy with their hit single Lavender and Chamomile.
Promises which millions together pray. I'm not the man that I might have portrayed. Gingerly braiding what we want to make, once treading lightly over heartache. And you smell like lavender when you covered me in chamomile. I could light up your candle, but I could never write a love song. Save apprehension for another time. Loose words break love in pantomimes. Fingers painted in my favorite red, leaves everything I said left unsaid. And you smell like lavender when you covered me in chamomile. I could light up your candle, but I could never write a love song. What fear is this of abandonment? Something left for you to try to mend. And you smell like lavender when you covered me in chamomile. I could light up your candle,